All right. Hello and welcome back to Elden Ring. We are the Death Knight Estephania. Sin gave us the name. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it, so it might change a bit over the course of playing. But last time we were here, which was yesterday, uh, we set up the backstory. Estefania was an orphan who lived in a small village, and the entire village was relatively poor, and she lived mostly off the good graces of others, combined with surviving off the land when times were tough for the whole village, and they just had nothing to give. She always idolized knights, however, and she always wanted to be one. In the previous iteration of this, she woke up in a strange land. In fact, she woke up in a strange church she had never seen before. And upon venturing out, she got beat by an absolute monstrosity of a creature and thrown off a cliff and woke up in a cave. Where she met the woman, sort of met, the woman and the horse who would lead her down part of the path she was meant to take in life. So far, she has found herself a Lord Sworn's greatsword. Not exactly a weapon she should use, being as she is not sworn to a lord, but it is a greatsword, and she feels comfortable using it. She likes the reach, although she has very little skill when it comes to using this weapon. She does also have a few shorter sword options, but she prefers the greatsword at the moment. She has a brass shield. She has managed to acquire knights gauntlets from soldiers and greaves from a set of knights of the native land. And she has also found herself a place to get an actual full set of knight armor, unaffiliated with any of the current rulers of the realm. So her goal is currently to continue upgrading her weapon and also to gather enough of the currency to acquire this armor. And then she heard about a castle to the south of this lake. Her first objective today is to return to this lake where she was transported from the Dragon Burnt Ruins to the Celia Crystal Tunnel and ended up in Caelid. So, after entering Caelid, Melina, the woman that is assisting her on her journey, transported her here to the Round Table Hold, where she has so far interacted with everybody, and she let Lady Fia hold her, and something about that just felt right. This abomination of a creature, as he looks at himself,
Well, I took you for dead. Now about you're up.
seems to be what could be considered her personal smith. And now, she returns to Celia, or to Caelid, to find a way back into Limgrave and back to the Dragon Burnt Ruins in Agheel Lake. Did hear from a man who saved her life up the river from Northwater Cave. She heard about a dragon that haunts this lake, and she explored part of this lake and did not find the dragon. So she wants to return and find this dragon because it seems to be a good challenge for any knight. There are plenty of legends, even in her land, of knights facing off against dragons and defeating them. Our journey resumes. Her journey resumes at the Celia, at the town of sorcery known as Celia. There was also a strange message near the site of grace that she rested at, saying to seek the shack beyond the southern gate. So that is what she's going to do. This land is strange, and these people here use a strange technique that she does not approve of. Hiding their presence is cowardly in her opinion. He feels as though if you are going to be considered a warrior of any kind, you should fight straight up and not use tricks to conceal yourself. Currently, she only has a torch for light, and she has spotted that creature, and she does not really want to fight it right now. But this must be the shack that was mentioned. She wonders if there's another way. Maybe climbing the rocks? Indeed. She seems to have made it.
Oh, a pleasure to see you. A pleasure indeed. I am Gari, a great sage. In my day, anyway. I'd hoped to ask a favor when one of your ilk came along. A strapping young tarnished, able to cross the scarlet swamp of Aeonia. Don't fret, I'll provide fine recompense. Should you accept, I will teach you the secret of Celia, the town you see there.
Pardon me.
Ah, then you are willing to lend a hand, are you? I need your help to heal a certain young girl. Her name is Millicent. You will find her beyond Celia, resting at the church atop the cliff, stricken by the rotting sickness.
And now she has a quest. Find this church and find this girl.
The rotting sickness that afflicts Millicent has no cure. When the Erd Tree flourished, even the demigods could not stave off its effects, despite their nigh godhood. But Millicent's suffering can be ameliorated. For this, you are to find a certain needle. Seek the deep, scarlet swamp of Aeonia outside Celia's bounds. The needle, made from unalloyed gold, is lost somewhere there.
Now she has a quest to enter the swamp. Though she feels like she is not ready for such a thing. A knight would not turn down a quest. That is just what she intends to do. Head into the swamp, find this needle, and help save this girl. It would simply be foolish to ignore a wise old sage. Would it not? You are rude, sir. Huh. An arrow straight through the throat can't even stop her. She feels powerful. But, I don't think she should. And that does not seem good. And while her quest states she must cross the swamp, she does not think walking into putrid-infested waters would be a smart move. Hey, you got your Gatva. Nice. How you doing, Tylo? So instead, she opts to search for a way around. Maybe she could find a path into the center. You're doing good? That's good. Oh, yeah. Ah, shit. Rot dogs. Pain in the ass even for a knight. Oh, now that she's got her runes back, she's going to continue searching around for a way into the swamp. Seems like a good idea would be to get rid of everything in the way. Including the strange gaseous airbag creatures. Strange land, stranger creatures. One thought that keeps crossing her mind. Very strange creatures indeed. Alright, fine. She's leaving it. Upon further investigation of the swamp and the surrounding lands, she has deemed that it would be a better idea to return at a later point. And it seems the spectral horse has no problem crossing, so she has decided to move across the swamp and try and find her way back into Limgrave from there. Conveniently, there's another site of grace right here. Yeah. And small rocks that are somehow impossibly hard to simply walk over. Nope, stop it. As she searches for a main road, she finds more of those disgusting rot dogs that she does not wish to fight. She does find the road, however, and decides to immediately take it north, attempting to avoid all battles for the time being. This is not an area she should be in at this moment. She's not strong enough. I'm trying to. I'm not very good at it. It's my first time. Don't know why I rested there, but... Okay, so for the time being, she has chosen to return to Limgrave. She knows nothing about this land or the creatures that are in it. And she has already faced some of them and been shown she is not even close to strongest to fight these creatures. So her quest is on hold. Because what use is a quest if the person undertaking it cannot complete it? Also, ow, that dog really hurt. That's what you get when you don't level vitality. And you keep the Baldachin's blessing because it's... You have to keep it for story reasons. Nice to see the good grass, the green grass of Limgrave again. There's actually... This kind of worked out. In the distance, as she approaches Summonwater Village, she spots an ominous figure. A sunken village. And in that village is what appears to be a ghostly... guy. I don't know how else would you do, how else really to describe it. Potentially like a Grim Reaper, maybe? I don't have the entire backstory of the land that she is from that's outside this area that all the Tarnish come from, basically. I don't have the lore of her land down. It doesn't really have a religion. So, I don't know if, like... I haven't thought if... religions that believe in things like, what's his name? The guy that the ferryman that ferries you across the river Styx. I haven't thought if people like that exist. I guess they kind of have to, huh? But I don't know his name. I can't remember. So, skeletal boat demon ghost man of doom. That's what he is. As well as a strange underground place guarded by turtles that she cannot enter. So for now, she makes her way to whatever this next monstrosity is. Hey, give me... Hey, give me that. And yet another enemy. Who runs away and hides. Well, spectral or not, if he can be hit, he can be killed. And it is with that mindset that she faces down her first undead foe. Well, second, if you count those skeletons prior, but yeah, they were weak. So she chooses not to count them, as this was the first undead foe that made her sweat. Also, that is another one of the materials she needs to upgrade her sword. To her, this feels like the perfect knight's tale. Fighting and defeating undead on her way to defeat a dragon. And pesky flying creatures. That she will call mosquitoes. And I will be right back. And yes, I am trying to narrate the character and tell more of a story with it. Because I feel like generally I have a hard time conveying my thoughts and actions. And I figured this might give me assistance in becoming better at that. Sometimes I feel like I just run through the game and I'm not explaining why I'm doing what I'm doing, or I'm not explaining it properly. And I thought this could be a fun way to get better at that. So after defeating whatever that was, the skeletal boatman, she continues to head west out of that city and hopefully closer to her ultimate goal. She finds it strange. While she does not fear the undead, she feels that is standard for a knight. What knight would fear an undead creature after all? Knights slay undead creatures. What does feel weird to her is the kinship she feels towards them. And delicious turtle meat. Well, she did not intend to drop off that cliff, but... Another merchant.
Oh,
Friend of Kale's, must be.
yeah, I terribly sorry. Are you here as a customer? I must apologise. I'm afraid I've very little to offer.
You offer the exact right amount, good sir. Another strange creature with a what can only be described as the golden clamshell on his head. Easy enough to deal with. Thankfully. Much easier than its brethren she has fought before, or other ones like it she had fought before. Don't really know if they're brothers. Or related at all.
Hello?
Oh. Well, that is
Can
strange.
you hear me? Help me. I'm stuck.
Small rocks that are hard to climb over.
Hello?
Just simply walk
Anyone?
over them. Now, who on earth could be up here? And how
Hello? Can you hear me? Help me. I'm stuck.
Oh, hello.
Hello? Hello? Anyone?
Hello.
Oh, my stars. I'm so happy to see you. I am Alexander, also known as the Iron Fist. And as you can see, I'm stuck here. Please, can you help me out of this?
Sure. What do I need to do?
My thanks. 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big. And I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. There's no need to fret. I'm very well trained. Give it your all, I say.
Well, all right then. Ha! It's worked. Hello.
Well played, good lady. Well played. Though that mighty wallop of yours almost spelt the end of me. Ah. Well, I'm out now, and that's what counts. I thank you. And as a token of my appreciation, I'd like you to have this.
Oh, thank you.
Once again, the pleasure is mine. I am the warrior Jar known as Alexander. Iron Fist Alexander, in fact. I journey to the east, where I intend to further my education in the ways of war. And beyond these lands lie the scarlet, rot-blighted Kaled wilds. And upon their southern edge is Redmane Castle, in which a festival of combat is being held. I'd heard whispers of such festivities before. Doesn't the notion set your breast aflutter? I'm heading to Redmane Castle, on the southern edge of the scarlet, rot-blighted Kaled wilds. I've heard there's to be a festival held there.
A festival sounds fun. Maybe people will join. Strange chiming noise from another scarab. But a red one that she currently has no use for. For now, it's time to fight another giant octopus. Very aggressive, but not altogether bright creatures. Which she can defeat rather easily. Thankfully, the smaller ones are even easier to defeat than the large ones. And more delicious turtle. Could never hurt. Huh. If you're going to clean out an infestation, you need to clean it out all the way to the bone. Every last one of them. Yeah, but that's just... Oh. A giant. Oh. The hand got me. I thought that was another giant. I wonder if you can get down there safely. Only one way to find out. It looks like she can. Lower than I wanted to be. That's fine. Bats. Simply creatures of nuisance. Seeing herself with nowhere else to go after jumping off the cliff, housing the giant. That's useful. She heads into a field of lightning. Grab some of the flowers along the way. And finds herself overlooking a familiar location, which is always a good thing. Now at least she knows where she is again. Also, I find it funny that I mentioned getting a dismounter on my other character, and I got 2 on this one, like, immediately. When I can't even use it. Oh, hello, bats. And another horseman down. Now back towards that camp she saw towards the north. There it is. Wolves and men. Enough taunting of the wolf. It was not attacking, so she decided to attack. Another one. Knights aren't all that difficult to deal with. Which is probably for the best. So that one almost killed her. Time to return. And pass under the gates. Okay. It can't be spotted from here. That works. Ooh, he was blocking, apparently. Really honorable to finally fight your way through these runes. Bearing the full force of, well, basically the full force of the army here. But first, she feels it is a good time to return to the table and attempt to get that armor. Her first step in, yeah, kind of her first step becoming a knight. Oh, she's closer.
took you no matter it. Lay out your...
And can upgrade her weapon again. Does she have enough room
Back over no
to
matter.
sell? No. Very well. Back to the gate to go up. Her weapon is upgraded, but she herself is not. So, time to venture onward. Giants and men. Eh. Trying to hit him in the head. Not really working out. At the end of the fight, he is dead. She is not. That is a victory. So onward she continues. Gathering materials and being prepared for the worst along the way. A man with a horn is always a bad sign. Oh ho. Painful. And a one-word description of that experience. That is the word she would use. Plucking the fruit from a small golden tree. That doesn't seem blasphemous at all. So, She knows nothing about this land's customs. Nothing more than what the one-eyed woman has told her. Whose name she does know, just one-eyed woman sounds cooler. Hello. And who might you be?
Everyone's been grafted. Everyone who came with me. They crossed the sea for me. They fought for me. Only to have their arms taken. Their legs taken. Even their heads taken. Taken and stuck to the spider. Did you know? If you're grafted by the spider, you become a chrysalid. It's quite a lark when you think about it.
That is definitely something.
You're all on your own, are you? And heading to Stormvale Castle?
Indeed.
Enticed by the one in the white mask, I suppose. Oh, you've come to be one with the spider? Well, that makes us two peas in a pod. But I don't have your courage. It's scary, you know, having your arms cut off. Or legs. Or your head.
I think I would agree.
I want to be like everyone else, but I'm just too scared. I'm nothing but a craven. Oh, I know.
I would agree.
Can you
Scary.
take this little one along with you? The poor thing deserves someone braver than myself. And the spirits look rather fondly upon you. It'll be glad of your company, I think, the little un. It was a pleasure to see you. Oh, can you pass on a message for me? If you see the little chrysalids in Stormvale Castle, tell them I love them. And that, despite my craven heart, I'm sure I'll be joining their club soon enough. I'm finally getting the hang of this whole pain thing, you know.
Strange. Strange people in a strange land. Huh. There seems to be a path leading east. Let's venture along that. Grab that mushroom. Because mushrooms are tasty in stew. Roar of another giant creature. Although, I mean, technically everything's giant here. Ow. Jack. And someone in it. Well, potentially another friend. So a quick detour.
Not seen you before. Name's Bernal. Tarnished, just like you. Let me ask you something. Are you here in the lands between to take up the fight? Does your faith in the guidance of grace hold firm, despite the collapse of the Golden Order?
Yes.
Yes, you're a Tarnished through and through. Takes me back. But that's a quality needed now more than ever. Any interest in bearing the torch of my battle arts? All I know is the sword. Picked up a fair few tricks in my time, too. Now's the time to pass 'em on. To a good and proper tarnished, like you.
Oh, well, thank you. But, I mean...
Well,
Oh, wait, we can talk to him.
oh, not had you. There's a myriad of battle arts in these lands that I've yet to discover. Mementos of all the warriors who raised their arms in battle, lost and died. A fine tale, all told of true chivalric romance. That's how I fell in love with the sword and the arts of combat. It grants meaning
That's a nice
even to
sword.
falling in battle, to death itself. Well, until we meet again.
Indeed. Interesting sword he had. But behind the shack, she hears the howl of what she can only assume are giants. Sidebar from the narrator, we came here for multiple reasons. Number one is that right there, and number two is what's going to spawn on top of that. And indeed, she was right. This seems to be a field of giants. Onward we go. Not too hard to deal with. But worth it. Strange, broken glowing statue that she apparently can't break. Maybe one of these creatures. Will suffice. Hello. Just need to... Tide it over. Yes. Come now, giant. You lost sight of it. It worked. Ow. That hurt. That hurt too. Oh, well, that's inconvenient. She doesn't know that. does know, however, he now has enough of the currency to finish buying the knight armor. But that is what she'll do now. Turn to the round table hold and buy the Knight Greaves? Yes. At least she has the armor of a knight now.
Those who live in
Nope,
death.
nope, don't want to talk to him. It was an accident. Chest. Back to the Warmaster shack. And now, because I want something to happen, we're just gonna pretend she showed up at night and decided to head back this way. And fight more giants. I'm probably about to die. And that giant is cleared. Upon investigating this room, she runs into this creature. Ow. that's an interesting item. Somehow she feels as if that is what she actually came here. And so she replaces her current talisman, which only seems to piss off enemies, with one that raises her defenses as her health drops, so to speak. Now, back to the shack, back to the road, because that was not a fight she would like to experience immediately again. Or anytime soon. Hello. Is he hiding from them? Possibly. Does not matter to her. Both of them were hostile to her, and now both of them are dead. She continues on.
A pleasure to see. Did you give that I love them? And that despite...
Oh, no, have not given them the message yet. Have not been there. Now, after defeating the Deathbird and gaining its item, I'm sorry, I'm having a really hard time today. I'm gonna have to stop. I can't. I'm sorry.